Hi, it's your girl Money Now. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So let's hop right into this story time. So this story time is about my very first time catfishing my boyfriend. So you know, I'm in middle school and boyfriends and girlfriends was like a big thing. So you know, he was acting kind of distant. So, you know, I'm asking him if he wanted to hang out and he said he was busy. So I wanted to see what was really going on. I get an extra phone. I go ahead and I set up an extra profile on Kik. Cause you know, Kik was popping back in 7th grade, you know, 6th, 7th grade. I don't want to say his name, so I'm gonna just call him D. So I'm waiting for D to text me back. You know, he ain't text me back. So, you know, I set the profile up and he answers right away. That was number one for me. I'm like, it took you 30 minutes to answer a text back and all you said was hey to me, but you got a whole full-blown paragraph with this female. Like, you don't even know her. So we get to talking and stuff and he's like, hey, so what's up, beautiful? What made you add me? And I'm just like, you know, my multiple personalities, they come in clutch. So, you know, I'm getting into it. So I'm getting the character. So I'm like, oh, you know, I just thought you were cute and I wanted to see what was going on. So you got a girlfriend? I'm waiting for his response. I'm like, all right. He like, nah, not really. All right. So I'm like, oh, you don't have a girlfriend? Okay. Remind you, we had already been dating for 3 months at this time. At this point, what you mean I'm not your girlfriend? What am I then? So, you know, we started texting. We stayed up all night. It was 4 in the morning. You know, we got to get up at school at 6 and be on the bus by 7. So you up all night and you ain't text me back. Not one time after that. So, you know, I text him and tried to make it the same time as when he was texting the female. The female's name that I use, I think it was Jess or something, Jessie like that. So I'm like, oh, so you really like Jess? So I'm texting him like, hey baby, you know, what are you doing? And like stuff. He's like, oh, I'm not doing nothing. I'm watching a movie. I said, oh, what movie are you watching? It took him all day to respond. I'm like, you don't know what movie you're watching off the top of your head? Like, you can't inbox me back like instantly. So he texts me back and he like, chill, like, you always jump into conclusions. And I'm like, what conclusions was I jumping to? If you don't give me a reason to jump to conclusions, I wouldn't do it. You feel me? So he just like, he was like, I don't know if I can do this no more. And I'm like, what you mean? He was like, I'm talking to somebody else. I said, what do you mean you're talking to somebody else? And he like, oh, well, I just feel like it's not going to work out for me. So he's just trying to blow the whole thing out of proportion. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, if you didn't want to talk to me, that's how you had to say? You didn't have to waste 3 months of my time and lie to me and say that you wanted to be with me if you didn't. So I stopped texting him as Jess and I accidentally said something that she said. So he ended up calling me. Well, he ended up calling Jess. And so I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And all this other stuff. So he was like, oh, yeah, I'm really feeling you. And he was like, what school you go to? This, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I go to your school. You never see me around and stuff. So I was like, well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to wear tomorrow. And you just come find me. So we get to school the next morning. And I'm wearing what I told him I was gonna wear. So when he comes up behind me, I'm like, oh yeah, you embarrassed me, all this other stuff, so I'm about to embarrass you. So, you know, he touches my back and he was like, hey Jess. So I turn around, I'm like, yes, what's up? And he looking confused. He like, so I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm Jess, what's up? So you gonna break up with me? You telling me I'm your girlfriend, but then you telling another female that I'm not your girlfriend. So I was like, what is it? Oh, you wanted to meet Jess so bad. So you like, at this point, he's just mad at me. So I'm like, look, I don't even care at this point because like, you're not gonna sit there and play with my feelings like that. Like, I'm a whole good girl out here. You're not about to play with me and break my heart over some female. If you want that female, go get her. You don't gotta drag me along with it. So my friend like, oh yeah, you deserve better. You don't need him anyway. He was never that. He was never good for you anyway. So I'm like, yeah, true. And I went to class. So a couple weeks later, he trying to get back with me. He tried to catfish me. And I said, obviously, you don't know how to catfish nobody, because why would you use your brother's picture? And your brother is like 3 years younger than you. And he's in middle school. So who the joke really on?
Thanks for watching.